Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and get the collective forecast for September. As most of you know by now, though, these are timeless. So even if you come and see this at a time that is not September, or even if it's a completely different year, that's okay. There's still some ways you can use this. Timestamps are down below in the description box. A couple ways you can use it if you come across this that is not September to 2026 is you can treat it like a pick a card and just go to the timestamp you're drawn to. You can listen to the general overall reading for the month and apply it to whatever time you're in. Or like, let's say you're in week 3 of a completely different month, you can click on week 3 and apply it to the time you're in, or listen to the whole thing and just apply it to the time you're in. So whatever comes through. I'm gonna start off with the overall reading for the month, the overall energy for the month, and then I'll get into the energetic themes for each week. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the overall energy for the month. One thing I am picking up on is I'm seeing like a projector screen. So just be mindful of either you projecting onto others what you're feeling and going through, or vice versa, someone doing that to you. So let's see what else is going on. We have spirituality and religion. Then on the bottom, on the flip side of that, okay, they do not see a future in this. So for some of you, you or someone close to you, whatever it might be, may be feeling disconnected from either their spiritual or religious roots. They may be beginning to question in particular, religion they were brought up in, or this could be you questioning the religion you were brought up in, or maybe even chose. Maybe expanding and learning about other religions or spirituality outside of organized religion to see what really truly speaks to you, or they may be trying to figure out what truly speaks to them. That's how I'm seeing that. The other way I'm seeing this, again, collective reading, take what resonates, release what doesn't. The other way I'm seeing this as a message for some of you is you may have been trying to force or make a connection with somebody or group work, and because of whatever your spiritual belief is or whatever your religious belief is, but the other person involved, or maybe it's you, they just don't see a future in it the way that you're trying to make it work. So there may be a need to kind of reconsider whatever that connection is and stop using spirituality or religion as a crutch to hold on to something that is just no longer compatible or no longer working. Let's see what else is coming through. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me finish this too. Okay, now let's get to this one. Okay, we have here the energy of the horse. This animal may represent an energy that many of you may be embodying or needing to embody during this time. Maybe you're seeing more horse symbolism or spending time with horses for some of you as well, or just feel connected to horses. But what this is representing is freedom. You always have a choice, is the reminder. So you can't always control what's happening. You can't always control like what's happening to you, let's put it that way, or around you. but you can control or have a choice in how you deal with it. You can control or have a choice in how you either choose to get help afterwards, or what you want to do moving forward following, how you rebuild, all of that. The other side of that is, they think you are still wounded. Okay, so take what resonates, release what doesn't. But I think that's kind of self-explanatory. Either someone or a group of people may think that there's still some wounds that are there beneath the surface, either for you, or maybe you're realizing that in someone else. But also remembering that September, at least the calendar that we follow in the US right now, is the month 9. It's a 9 energy. And if you're seeing this in a time that's not September, just think of the number 9 as symbolic for the time that you're in. So closing of older chapters, going through another level or another degree of spiritual awakening, perspective shifts, needing time to reflect inward, introspection, taking some time to rest, reconsider, all of these kind of things. And you can also always look at the tarot and all of the different cards that have the number 9 connected to it, and those are likely energies or messages that you can take away as further guidance or looking inward for you for September. All right, let's see one more for the overall energy for the month, and then we'll get into each week. Energy of the Fool. So with this energy, of course, because like I said, there's an energy of the number 9 going on and a closing of old chapters, with you getting ready to leave all of that behind and stepping into something new and different. You're in kind of this unknown energy. So a lot of the energy of the month is moving forward in the unknown and learning to be comfortable and not having all the answers, because sometimes living the experience itself is what provides the clarity and the answers that are needed, and in order to figure out what's to come next. Let's see what's on the back. Okay, surface level is the message. So some of you may be realizing certain connections, people, situations, or maybe you have only been dealing with or seeing situations at surface level, and this month you're starting to go deeper. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into week 1 now. Okay, so week 1, I find this very interesting, only because lately in my personal life, I have been hearing a lot about, learning a lot about some of the more so history of the Irish people, and mainly because there's been a resurgence, another talk in my personal life about the movie Sinners again, and the connection and correlation as to why Remick the Vampire was Irish in that. But anyway, first message week 1 is Celtic. Now, how I'm seeing this more so in a general sense for the collective is needing to return back to the roots of something, like getting back into the magic, getting back into learning and study of ancestry, roots, history. For some people, maybe you are looking back into your family line. I can already see how this relates to me in my personal life, even though I am not Celtic or Irish, but again, some level of historical commonality, or more so energetic references of like belief systems, if that makes sense. I can see how this can relate. But for you, what is it for you? Is there a need to get back to, if you're into spirituality and magic, finding the love and magic that works for you, that speaks to you again? Are you just now having a spiritual awakening? Are you learning more about your ancestral roots in whatever that is for you? these are the kind of things I feel focusing around week 1. Back of I have the message of, completely different note, planning a date night. So some of you may feel like you want to plan a date night. Someone may be doing that for you, whatever it might be. We also have the Lion. The energy of courage is needed for week 1. Ask for what you want, so need to be more outspoken. What's that saying? Closed mouths don't get fed. So ask for what you want. If you don't get it, okay. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe it wasn't the right fit, but at least you tried. Then you can figure out what's next. You don't know till you try. Sometimes you just gotta ask. Even yourself, what do you want too? Or ask others as well. And if you get it after you ask, well, that's even better, right? The other side of that is, okay, they don't get it. So there may still be a bit of a misunderstanding or just not on the same page, different life view, different perspective on something between you and someone else or a group of people. They just don't get it. It doesn't mean they won't ever, but right now they don't get it, they don't see it. We also have week 1, 3 of Pentacles energy. This to me feels in this case like a collaborative team effort. It's like what it feels like if I'm reading this image intuitively. One person may have the vision, another may have the focus or the tools to help bring that vision to being. And so there's this energy of collaboration at play. So whether this is with an actual person or group, or your spirit team, but there is this energy of collaboration in week 1 to help bring a vision, bring a desire, bring an idea to fruition, working together, teamwork. The other side of that is documents. So there may be some documents involved with all of this that are being filled out, circulated, approved, not approved for the time being, whatever it is, different things for different people, there may be some of that involved. And some of this, maybe it's more of like an energetic, spiritual thing, not necessarily literal documents, but more so like a commitment to self, if you're doing spell work, a petition to the universe or something. Okay, let's go into week 2 now. Week 2, there's more of a focus on the arts, more of a focus on creativity, more of a focus on play, being playful. What brings you harmony? Some of you may have a connection to music or another art form. For some of you, you're learning to express yourself in more of an artistic way. I'm seeing somebody doing makeup, that's their art. I'm seeing someone doing hair, that's their art. I'm seeing someone make earrings, that's their art. Whatever it is for you, dance, etc. Flip side of that is a second chance coming. So that's going to speak to everybody in different ways, but there's a second chance coming with something. And my eyes went to this first. And this is also why, like, you may have been straddling the fence, so to speak, of something. For some reason, it kind of just feels like somebody trying to start something and get something going over and over, but they kept getting pushed back, and now it's like almost this energy of playing double dutch between the worlds of making that happen and just going a different direction altogether. But it kind of feels like week 2, that clarity or figuring out how you want to move forward is either there for some of you or about to come. And then I have Ace of Cups. Things are starting to flow more fluidly, feeling like your heart is feeling more connected again. And however that's talking to you, your heart is feeling more connected again. It's starting to feel like things are starting to look, the bigger picture and the feeling of it all is starting to just have that beauty to it again. And also in some ways it feels like finding the beauty in the struggles of the past, like seeing why things were held off as long as they were, or still being held off in order to get it to that beautiful place. And then I also see we have here the message of the links. Using discernment is an important message for week 2. Look beyond immediate appearances is the message. And the flip side of that is making you angry. Someone or something may be making you angry in and around week 2 at some point in that week. And you're going to have to use your discernment to figure out what's going on, what's actually happening here. Going into week 3, okay, we have the message here of trees. To me, week 3 is representing growth, nurturing the right environment and places, and being selective of what that might be. I also see this as remembrance as trees being ancestors. They are living beings. They talk to one another, they communicate with one another, they share with one another. So some of you, I mean, if you are woo-woo like me, I guess you could say, maybe you're a tree hugger, or you can, what's it called, psychometry, when you can touch something and gain the knowledge of it, gaining actual knowledge from these trees, or in just more of a practical way, if that's where you lean towards, focusing on your personal growth and nurturing of self and reminding grounded and rooted in your current space in order to reflect and keep growing and expanding more towards the light versus the darkness during this time in week 3. The light in the sense of clarity, the light in this sense of, it might even get uncomfortable at times, this in order to grow. Like, because when I think of light and the sun is not all, it can feel good, but sometimes it's very hot and uncomfortable. So that is another way I see that too. And the flip side of that is, more clients or business. So some of this growth could also be representing growth as far as clients and business, more money coming in. I mean, they say money doesn't grow on trees, but I mean, even though we're moving away from cash now, cash is paper, paper comes from trees. And we also have the kangaroo, the message of gratitude. Be grateful for all that you are blessed with in week 3. And the flip side of that is they get their advice online. So, I mean, I know it says there, but I'm not focused on that. It could be you getting some advice online of some kind through research, through this video, etc., or someone else may be doing so, and somehow it's tied into their perspective of how they are navigating things, or that's you. We also have 10 of Wands. At sometimes, moments, you may still be feeling like you're dealing with a lot, and it's weighing on you still. You may still have moments. Going back to that message of money doesn't grow on trees, there may still be moments where you feel like you're struggling financially in week 3, but at the same time, things are starting to pick up. The results just may not be extremely immediate, but there is progress. The flip side of that is you will want to travel and have a change of scenery as well. But, I mean, you want to be, with this image coming through, that may be so, but you may need to plan accordingly, because you don't want to be careless or I can't think the other word right now, brain fog, but you want to just be careful of what you're spending. Like, you may have that desire and you can make it happen, but you may need to plan accordingly for it, is what I'm trying to say. Week 4, we have here the message of wars and battles. So week 4, there may still be a battle going on, whether that is within yourself, whether that is something going on in your mind, whether it's with someone else or a group of people, whether you're seeing that going on with someone else or another collective energy, but it may be impacting you, that kind of a thing. So choose battles wisely. And also, the good news with that is a loving declaration is coming. So, it could be that maybe you're receiving, like, for example, a sign from an ancestor or a spirit guide or a loved one that has transitioned over, and you've been at war with that grief, that they are still with you, they're helping you, you're guiding you. For some of you, maybe it's a loving declaration of someone you've been fighting with or at odds with, and now they're coming forward and, letting you know they do care, they do have love, they do love you, they are in love with you. Again, different things for different people. something like that. Maybe you've been at war with self and fallen out of love with self or with something or something about you, and now that love is coming back, it's returning. We also have here the rabbit and fertility. Your creativity is at its peak, so again, creativity being a theme. Also, this energy of rebirth and renewal coming through around week 4. I get this energy of a surge of excitement. I think of a bunny jumping, and I just also think of like how my daughter jumps around. So that's the vibe I'm getting of just like energy coming back. The energy is coming back. And if some of you have been like trying to plan a family or considering that, or if you are not wanting that at this time, then be more careful and cautious of how you take precautions, because fertility is an energy coming up. And then we also have more social media attention coming through. Some of this may apply to you. Some of this you may be seeing that for other people. Then we also have temperance in week 4. So still in an energy of just making sure you're allowing time for stillness. I've been hearing a common theme lately of intentionally being bored. And what I mean by that is a lot of us are often so addicted to technology and that overstimulation, right? So one thing I can do within my control, a lot of the time, I talked about this before, is I will sit and watch the birds in the bird feeder or stare out the window, not looking at my phone or not, necessarily watching technology or anything like that. Sometimes there might be some like music or like Sade in the background, which is, calming for me. But, some people would find that boring, but it rejuvenates me. So some of you may need to get to that kind of energy of doing something that almost feels like intentionally being bored, to disconnect and unplug in week 4, at least at some point in the week for a little bit of time. They want to move or relocate is the message on the back. Okay, so some of you, this could be you. For some of you, this could be someone else in your life that is considering moving or relocating, either home or job, or just wanting to be in a different environment, such as planning a trip or holiday. So that's what I see. If you made it this far, send me the rabbit emoji. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. I'll talk to you another time. Bye.